Hi, welcome to Laura's View and Tarot 2. I am so glad you're here. Today's date is Monday, November 25th, 2024. In this video, we're going to take a look and see if it is entirely possible that a global armed confrontation can be avoided or averted. The There's been a lot of chatter on mainstream news that things are escalating in regards to conflict between different areas on the this realm of existence. I'm having to talk very carefully, guys. As you probably know, I did a video just a little bit ago letting you know my Facebook account has been suspended, and I don't want that to happen here. So I know it can be annoying listening to me use other words for things we're talking about, but I'm just going to have to be really careful and do it. So, I think what Facebook didn't like was some of the places I was showing you where I went and read and got curious about prior to making this video today. I'm still going to do that with you. I just can't do it with a Facebook compilation. I have put these items over on the platform known as X, so you can find my channel there if you want to see these things, but just kind of pay attention, okay? All right, because part of what I do is show you where I find things, and the range is pretty wide and broad. I started very mainstream. The Department of Defense on the 21st of this month put out an announcement of some changes that they were undergoing. Let me take you there, and then we'll hopscotch there to where I went next, and finally, and then back for the tarot read. Okay, so on the 21st, the Department of Defense had an article that they put out on their site here that says, and this is from the US Department of Defense, that they adjusted their nuclear deterrence strategy as nuclear peer adversaries escalate. In other words, as there's more worry and fear that there might be some sort of armed confrontation that's global in nature. So I wanted to see then, I wanted to see if there were any possible deltas for the same date over on the 17 posts site. And I can't say the name. You know how this goes, guys. Okay. I found two that seem to be relevant to this. One was game over, and the other one was information warfare. I think those are two very relevant posts that showed up as a delta also on November 21st back in 2019. Now, from there, I went to see how the reporting was happening in other locations about 46 saying that he authorized missile use into the country that starts with U, et cetera, et cetera. And I went to RT.com. And just today, they have an article out called Method or Madness. Why has Joe Biden authorized the country that starts with U to fire long-range missiles? So those were the places I went, and I think that compilation was what got me on the naughty list with Facebook. So there we go. It is what it is. Like I said, I'll still keep putting out content, even if I lose my YouTube channel. The good thing about that would be that I could then speak freely on the other platforms that would be available to me. However, since our beloved normies often use YouTube as they're starting to leave the mainstream and question the narrative, I'm trying as long as possible to keep my platform on YouTube. So please, like I said, bear with the coded speak and things like that. Understand I'm pretty wide awake, but I'm trying to reach out to those that are still in the process of it. So here's where I want to go with the tarot read. I mean, the big question is, can this all be averted? Is this just fear porn, as we say? Now, I've said before, and I'll say it again, fear is a useless emotion, number one. That's there's very few instances where fear is actually called for, and then it's immediate danger, as far as I'm concerned, and I think as far as you should be concerned. Number two, attention, where attention goes, energy flows. We do not want a lot of energy going into this possibility. We're going to explore, can it be averted? And then we're going on with our lives and living our best lives and being our best selves. Because I don't want my energy going where it could be used to make something come about that would please those that are on team shenanigans. And I know you don't either. So let's not feed that particular beast, okay? So at the end of the day, the big question is, can a global armed confrontation be averted? And I wanted to say armed in that because we know that there's an ongoing war between good and evil. That's still going to be happening. We're aware that there are conflicts happening other places or across the realm. I'm talking about a global armed conflict that the normies would recognize as such. Okay? I'm going to switch the camera and you can watch me work with the cards and we'll find out, can this possibility be averted? Plus additional insights and information. Here we go. So, according to 17, on the same day that the Department of Defense put out that post, game over, information warfare. And we know a lot of things we're told are going on aren't, and a lot of things we're told aren't going on are. And I would like the tarot to help us get to the bottom of this. Can a global armed conflict be averted? Plus additional insights and information. Okay, our first card is the Ten of Swords. Then we have the Five of Pentacles. We have the Six of Pentacles. We have a very hopeful card here with the Nine of Cups, the Devil, Judgment, and the Six of Wands. Okay, now if you've been watching my channel any length of time at all, you know that I consider aces to be an immediate and hard yes, no matter where they show up in the read. We don't have one yet. We do have indication that the universe is taking our question very seriously and trying to share some information with us. Let's look at what it has. So our question is about, can an armed conflict be averted? So here's what our subject's about. And then the Five of Pentacles clarifies it a little bit more. This card talks about going our own way, going away from the traditional means of support and what have you, the current paradigm, that people are willing to suffer some hardship to avoid this. It's indicated here. Now, the uh, the reason I'm saying that I'm seeing a possibility that it will be averted. First of all, in the recent past, the Six of Pentacles talks about generosity and care and concern for those who don't have what you have. So, in other words, the wants and needs of the regular everyday human is very much part of the consideration that's going on as people try to avoid having poking the bear and seeing if they can cause some issues and problems. And again, armed conflict. The Nine of Cups for our current situation says, we can be really pleased. We don't have to worry about this. What's going on is actually pleasing. Why is it now and in the near future? They're going to continue talking about these possibilities. Absolutely. And those people that are trying to make that happen, or entities or institutions that are trying to, the military industrial complex that benefits from both sides of any kind of issue where our young men and women are put in harm's way, they're going to be facing some judgment for that. But ultimately, we're going to have a really happy outcome here, which means there is going to be an aversion, okay, of an avoidance of a worldwide armed confrontation. Let's get some more cards and see if we have additional insights and information. I really like the fact that it's saying that those that are trying to poke the bear are going to face some judgment for that. Okay? And it's not going to do much good because we're going on to live our best lives and avoid that whole scenario. We have the Eight of Swords and Four of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, and the Hierophant. Kind of an interesting combination here. Okay, so stand your ground. Hold firm right now. We're in kind of a waiting period. A lot of us are just waiting for January 20th and hopefully it's sooner, but January 20th to have things really proceed in um, peace generating way for our planet. Okay. In the meantime, both sides seem to be taking care to conserve their resources. And yes, so, and I see this as especially true with the country that starts with R, that has a president known by the initials VP. Just being careful. Okay. He knows the game that's being played and he's not going to let the tail wag the dog. Okay. The Page of Pentacles talks about a worthwhile effort. Okay. Reliability. Okay. So, yeah, they know that pursuing peace and avoiding these confrontations are absolutely essential, and it is going to be the focus. Okay. Now, that effort for shenanigans and peace is kind of balanced out on both sides here with the Hierophant showing this. There's wisdom is going to prevail as far as entering into something like that. The time for that is gone. What they're doing now more than anything is trying to keep us distracted and lower our vibration and keep us worried and anxious. So if you know the game, don't play it. Let's recap real quick, okay? There's lots of chatter on the mainstream and to some extent even on alt media that there is an effort underway to have or instigate an armed global conflict situation. We put a question to the universe, can that be averted? And we got a yes, but we did get a nod to the fact that those efforts are very genuine, but they're not going to be successful. Kind of that's it in a nutshell. So we asked the situation for armed global conflict was indicated with this. The fact that people are willing to put up with a little hardship in order to avoid it, shown here. Because make no mistake, there have been people that have been put in harm's way as the shenanigans gang tries to retain hold of their power, their laboratory facilities, whatever the case may be. Okay, their money laundering machine, all of that. Innocent people have been put in harm's way. Now, it is because of care for those who don't have as much power, clout, position, that there is an effort underway. And I believe that effort is here with the Alliance, but it's also with some very benevolent energy that's available to those that are trying to take care of innocent life. So it is being prioritized. It is. Our current situation, Nine of Cups, says there's nothing to worry about. Okay. In fact, if we knew the full details, we'd be pretty happy with what the situation really is. The near future. However, we're still going to be hearing some chatter and saber-rattling and what have you. And I think that the best thing to do is know that those are games that are being played to keep us worried, anxious, and lower our vibration. And just say, I'm not playing. I'm just going to keep living my best life. I can't do anything about it anyway. So I might as well try that new recipe and hug my grandkids or my kids or go to the park or whatever it is. Okay. So those efforts will continue, but they will face judgment for it. Okay. And we were also reassured with the Six of Wands that the efforts that are made to worry people about a conflict or engage in one, which would be for the deep state, their best case scenario. We're not going to have to worry about it. Excuse me, I had to clear my throat. So, and I don't edit, so you get you get me clearing my throat in your video. Okay, so anyway, the outcome is going to be one that we can be really, really happy about. Now, in the meantime, we're kind of just in a holding pattern, waiting for some changes to happen in our world, okay? And as I said, in that holding pattern, instead of being anxious and worried, live your best life. Absolutely. Understanding here that one of the reasons that that narrative is still being drawn out and not being stopped, it's just they know the shenanigans gang is going to do what they do, that they're going to try to, start what they want to start and what have you. And it's just kind of like, if it wasn't this, it'd be something else. So let them talk about this. Okay. Although I think the fake alien invasion would have been a whole lot more interesting. Okay. Now it's worthwhile effort, both to avoid the conflict, to avoid getting drawn into anxiety and worry about the conflict, and keeping human life safe is important. And there's wisdom seed in the effort, and it will continue. So that's it for this video with my careful narrative of trying to avoid certain words. I thank you so much for your time and your attention. And until next time, if you're willing to receive it, I send you love, light, and wish for you everything bright. Bye.